Hey y'all, welcome to Musical Miles Podcast, where live music and great stories take center stage. Today's episode is brought to you by our friends at Teton Guitars. Whether you're picking tunes around a campfire or taking the stage at your favorite honky-tonk, Teton Guitars delivers rich, soulful sound built for the journey. Learn more at tetonguitars.com. Now let's dive into some music and memories.
Hey music lovers, welcome to Musical Miles Podcast. I'm your host Byron Duffin and I am here with Mr. Dawson Moon.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
We are in Lava, Idaho on this beautiful rooftop, the rooftop bar.
Very beautiful.
It is incredibly beautiful and what a scenery, right?
For real.
So Dawson's here playing at the rooftop bar tonight with two other artists who we've already interviewed today.
Yeah.
So he's playing with Ozzy,
Ozzy.
Higley, and with Daniel Beddoes.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah. So have you played with those guys much before?
So yeah, I mean, I've played the last four shows with Ozzy.
Okay.
And then this will be my second one with Daniel.
Okay.
Kind of made connections with him at a show up in Salt Lake, so that was kind of cool. And asked him to come down. And he's been all about it, and
Yeah.
it's been about the people more than anything else. And same with Ozzy, it's been more about getting out and hanging out with people rather than chasing anything as far as money or anything, which is awesome. I love that.
Sure. Well, you build those relationships with people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what this deal's all about. Music touches us as people first, I think.
Yeah.
Individually before you ever started performing for anyone else.
Exactly.
It was all about it for you.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that, because you haven't been playing for very long.
I have not.
And not been performing very long. Scooch up a little bit closer to that mic. We got the train in the background. I don't know if that's showing up in our video, but so we get a little bit of that background noise from the train. But anyway, so you grew up in Pocatello, Idaho.
I did, yes.
And did you have is there some music in the family? Your mom, your dad, or anybody?
I would easily say this. My family is way more singing gifted than me.
Okay.
That's just how I've always thought, and that's why I kind of picked up a guitar. And I've loved music my whole life. We sing it, all the time, whether it's, country to rock to
Sure.
R&B, anything, just music in general. My brother was a kind of little local rapper for a little bit. And
Okay.
that was cool. So I kind of got into music scene then. And then finally, when I went to college, I was kind of at a low point, and I came across like Zach, and his music really touched me. And
Zach Bryan.
Yeah, Zach Bryan. So I decided
that's
to pick up
okay.
a guitar. So
Yeah. Well, so you went to college on a golf scholarship, correct?
Yeah.
You're a golfer.
I am a golfer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's cool, and that's very respectable. Actually, chances of making a lot more money golfing than you ever will playing music, I think. But unless you get that big hit,
Yeah.
but we've learned a lot doing podcasts, interviewed a lot of artists, and we know that it's a tough way to make a living.
It is.
But it's a very cool way to make a living,
Mm-hmm.
and what a respectable way to do it. So
Very, very true. Yeah.
yeah. So you picked up a guitar. Did you take any lessons?
So I just got on YouTube, and I kind of grew up playing a tiny bit of ukulele. I played 3 or 4 songs, and so I kind of transferred that over and just kept playing and playing. And I sucked for a while. So
Sure.
It was more about finding peace and getting away from everything else going on in the world, and finding happiness in music and finding songs that touched me. And so I think to be able to write a song and touch other people is the biggest thing to me, rather than anything else at the end of the day.
So who really, you talked about Zach Bryan really influenced you. Who else?
So growing up, there's a artist named John McLaughlin, and he's actually on the song Descendant. He sings one of the songs on there. He's a piano player.
Okay.
And I've been to 3 of his shows, and I've met him multiple times. He's really cool, and just great voice, very cool person. And so his music's really touched me. Zach Bryan, Parker McCollum's been a lot.
Yeah.
And then probably Mark Broussard. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he's a blues singer from Georgia, and he's awesome.
Well, the thing that people need to realize is that, not everybody's just country, and all those country artists, even that, you talk about Zach, they've all been influenced by somebody outside of their genre, right?
Yeah.
And we have a very eclectic taste in music, from, Prince to Andrea Bocelli to, we love lots and lots. And we kind of lean towards our favorites would be the Texas country scene,
Yeah.
you know, and the red dirt.
Yeah.
But that being said, those guys were all influenced, and you know, those guys were all influenced by Guy Clark and Jerry Jeff Walker and some of those legendary, you know, songwriters down there. So, but so how long did you play before you started to do some songwriting too?
So I actually feel like I did songwriting pretty early, just because, like I said, the biggest thing to me was songs that touched. And so writing, you know, once I was able to strum some chords, I started writing lyrics. And the first song I ever wrote, I probably am going to release it soon.
Okay.
That one, it actually turned out all right. And I think all music is not something to hide. I think some people write something and think this isn't good enough. And I think a lot of music shouldn't be looked at that way.
Sure.
Everybody can relate to a song at some point in the song, usually.
Oh, yeah.
And so I've struggled with not putting that one out, but a lot of people have told me I should. So
well, and lyrics are very, very unique to a person. And so have you co-written anything, or have you done everything on your own?
I've written one of my songs with one of my best friends.
Okay.
And so
I think what you'll find is, and everybody's different, you know, some songwriters only write alone because it's very personal, right? Others write every day with someone else.
And I think that's very true. Like for me, I don't write with a lot of people.
Sure.
A lot of my stuff I've written on my own or with my best friends.
Sure.
Just because that personal side, they know my life, they know what I've been through, and so to get deep into lyrics and to all that, just it's easy to with them.
Yeah, I think that, you know, we've interviewed a lot of artists who have gone to Nashville and have the publishing deals, and they go to work every day. They literally, it's a job to write music. Yeah. So they go in and they sit down in a room with anywhere from 2 to 6 other artists, and they write music. Yeah. But that's why they call that the big machine, right? It's a machine, and they're pumping out songs daily, every day.
Yes.
I think it's hard to find those songs that really touch people unless you've lived it and had the experience, the personal side of it.
Exactly. And a lot of people say that a lot of my music is sad, and a lot of it is. And I haven't released a lot of the upbeat stuff yet, just because I feel like it's a lot easier to get in and record those songs, and those songs have meant a lot more to me than a lot of the upbeat ones that I've written, just because they come from the lower side of my life. And so it gives people some hope and relate to other people are struggling too.
We have a very favorite. I shouldn't say favorite, because they're all favorites. You're my favorite today, right? Right now,
right here.
But we interviewed a guy by the name of J.D. Graham, who is a singer-songwriter from Arizona, who they call him the tear miner. He says, I don't sing songs you can dance to. I sing songs that make you think. And he has a very unique story. He actually killed a guy in an accident, in a car wreck. He hit a guy on a motorcycle, and he was stoned. And so he went to prison for 6 years for manslaughter. So it doesn't get any sadder than that, right? And to come out on the upside and to hear those stories, it's a good thing. That's why we have backups, dear. One camera just crashed. The other one's when we're trying to film outside, it makes it a little tough. But but anyway, I mean, you know, and JD will tell you, say, you know, I'm my experience. I'm hoping somebody can learn something from what I learned. Yeah. Right. And get something out of it. So especially sobriety in his situation. So, but so how many songs have you written?
I've released, I think, is it 5 or 6 now? 5 now.
Okay.
I've probably written 25, 30.
Yeah. It's a good start.
And I feel like I've been writing for, 2.5 years now, probably. Yeah. And I feel like I don't write a lot fast. I really think in depth with a lot of songs.
Sure.
And sometimes, you can sit down and write a song in an hour, and sometimes it takes 2 months to finish a song.
Oh no.
And so
I've met a lot of songwriters, and it's all different, right? Yeah. There's guys that said I worked on a song for 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, and sometimes something just right hits it, and you're like, that's what it's been missing.
Sure.
Really cool.
So has this replaced the golf?
So
the passion for golf?
Golf was such a job and such a it was my whole life, basically, for 11 years of my life, and
right.
and that was really hard after I got done with college, and I still love it, and I'm
Sure.
going back to it, but I needed a break.
Sure.
Just because I mean, music, everything you need a break from. Sometimes you need to step away and live and go find the joy in it again, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going back this next week. I actually moved back to Pocatello, and I'm going back into the teaching and golf stuff.
Oh, you are
so,
gonna do some teaching and some coaching?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think that it doesn't matter what it is in life. You know,
Yeah.
I'm a old guy, right? I've been
Mhm.
around a long time. I've done a lot of different things, but found myself retired in July unexpectedly, but found the podcast and found the music. And we've
Yeah.
always loved live music. We've traveled from Key West, Florida, from Mile Zero Fest to California to I mean, we've been all over.
Yeah.
Highway 30, the BBR, you know, but we got to start really delving into. We tell people we're kind of pulling the curtain back
Yeah.
from the music deal, so
Yeah.
you get to see. We want to hear why you wrote that song. What really what really evoked those emotions, and what made you want to sit down and write it out. And I guess on that note, do you journal? Do you journal, or do you just have an idea and then you just start to work on it?
Yeah. So I feel like that one goes up and down. My first song I wrote a poem about. I was in Arizona for golf, and it never rains. It's always sunny, and like it's obviously not cool and pretty like this sometimes.
Sure.
And I really missed that. I missed the rain. I missed all the different things. And
Sure.
I wrote my first song I wrote is called Something Like the Rain, and
Oh, cool.
Nothing Like the Rain.
Nothing like the rain.
And it's kind of about being in a heartbreak, but having that rain and having those sad days that you can sit down and be sad when it's not always sunny and you feel like you have to be happy and upbeat, which I try to be upbeat a lot more than sad, but sometimes you have to have those days.
Well, but sometimes that experience of a there's nothing better than a good rainstorm.
Exactly.
Whether you're sitting under a tin roof or actually out in it, right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
experiencing it. So
Sure.
I love that, and I think that you're young, right? You're only what'd you tell me, 22?
22, yep.
22. You got a lot of life ahead of you, so you're
Sure.
gonna have lots of life experiences, and you're getting some experience on the road with this music scene that you know, and you hear other guys, you know, in their music that they write, they talk about the time on the road.
Yeah, well, it's happened really fast, and it's been really crazy because, I mean, having Ozzy and Daniel and all that stuff, and I've only been doing this for, a year now. I've been really kind of, I don't think it's a year, I think it's 7 months ago is when I dropped my first song, so it's...
Well, you got some exposure early on, and you got to meet Zach Bryan, right?
Bryan,
and you got to actually perform on stage with him.
Yeah.
Tell us that story and how that all came about.
So, I posted on social media that morning. I was the first one there. I got there. It's December 6th, freezing,
Yeah.
And I'm outside of the Delta Center in Salt Lake, and I posted on my TikTok, and it kind of blew up. And I posted on Instagram, and people are tagging him and stuff for me, and I tagged his band and his dad and everything, and I saw that all his band members had seen it, and so I was like, maybe there's hope. So I was,
Sure.
Hoping, and then all of a sudden I go to the bathroom. It's like 1 o'clock. Nothing's really happened. My video's kind of still blowing up, and I go to the bathroom, and I walk 2 blocks down to go to a burger place, and I'm walking out, and I get a call, and his name's Jordan Dodge. I met him in line. He's from Rexburg. He calls me, and I'm like, I answer, and he's like, dude, Zach Bryan's dad's out here. You need to hurry.
Oh, no.
And so I'm 2 blocks away. I'm sprinting down the road, and I get there, and I have a conversation with his dad we have a conversation with his dad for 30 minutes or so, and
That's cool.
Showed him my sign, and he's like, all right, I'll tell him to look for it. And I think he kind of spread the word for me as well as his band, and
Sure.
I held up a sign right at the end of Godspeed, and he looked at me and smirked and shook his head, and then 10 songs later he just came over and looked down, pointed at me, told me to get up there, and so
that's cool. So what did you play?
Awesome. Played Heading South.
Heading South with him.
That was the first song. Well, second song I learned on the guitar. The first one was the easiest one to learn. So I learned.
Which one of his was the easiest?
So I learned She Got the Best of Me by Luke Combs first.
Oh, okay.
Because it's just 4 chords, and they're easy chords, and then you're playing the F F on heading south, and when you're a beginner, you're trying to play those bar
Oh no,
chords.
dude,
You're like,
you're
no.
talking to the guy. I still play the cheater F well
Dude,
myself.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
easy. So
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to. So
Yeah. Well,
But
cool.
that was awesome experience, and after that kind of gave me the reason to go for it. I was kind of just like doing it for fun. Wasn't really pursuing shows or anything. And after that, I was able to get in touch with some really cool people. So
Well, cool.
yeah.
Well, cool. So what's the plan? Where are you headed from here? You're gonna start teaching some golf a little
Teaching
bit,
some golf.
keep playing,
Yeah.
doing some shows around here, and then you're actually the reason why we got this this connection anyway was because of the Valley Music Fest.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yep.
So Levi Donahue, I reached out to him for the podcast and said, look, you got a new event coming up. We'd love to come over and interview the artists and be involved with you and help you promote it. And so I went over and interviewed Levi, and then he's given us a list of guys, especially local guys, that we can try and interview prior to the show, because to try and interview 50 is because we do lots of events. I mean, we're doing some big songwriter festivals in Vegas and in Montana. And when you get in those situations with that many artists, it's just impossible to fit down with there.
Yeah.
And we want to interview the world, right?
Yeah, and remember all the names and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Can be pretty, pretty hard.
it can be a little tough. And so, but I did, in preparation, you and I talked on the phone a little bit, but then I also listened to some of your stuff and got to see the episode or the video of you and Zach, and which is really, really cool. So were you able to stay in contact with his group at all? Or?
Not really, which was kind of like, obviously wasn't the best thing, you wish you do, but
sure.
You also have to remember, you go to any show and I have people come up to me and, let's play the guitar and stuff. And, you have your group of friends, you have a group of people you play with. And as much as you would want to, you can't make the time. And so not really get his contact. I understand it. And
sure.
They tell you not to meet your heroes. And so sometimes I'm grateful that I didn't get to sit there and talk to him or ask that question or anything, because you never want to be disappointed in it.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, we've met a lot of our musical heroes and people that we love their music.
Yeah.
And we've yet to really be really disappointed. There's a couple instances that, you were like, oh, that didn't go the way I wanted.
Well,
but
I hope me being late today didn't hurt.
No, it worked out great, because we were slow getting set up and getting everything, because out here in the weather, anytime you do interviews outside, and trust me, we interviewed an artist named Gracie York in San Marcos, Texas. She was playing at their 50th anniversary party.
Okay.
And they had 30. We couldn't even buy a ticket. It was sold out. Yeah. And she met us outside the venue, and we went over and sat on the front porch of a Mexican restaurant that was closed and did an interview. So we've done some in some sketchy places. We did in a bar in Chalice, which the bar was great, but the background noise was really tough. Hard. And so we've had to learn how to edit and do all that stuff. So we've learned some hard lessons, and it may not be perfect, but it's good. And what our goal is to share your music, Dawson Moon's music, with the world, with our followers, and then we hope that you share our podcast with your followers.
Yeah.
But before we get out of here, grab this Teton guitar. And play us a little tune. There's a pick here.
Tune.
There's a.
I'm gonna go no pick.
No pick. You need a capo. You got a capo there.
Capo.
Okay. So if it's out of tune, it's Ozzy's fault, because Ozzy played it.
Yeah, that's definitely Ozzy.
Oh, there you go. So set it up. Tell me what you're gonna play.
So this is unreleased song.
Okay, I love that. We get a lot of unreleased stuff on the podcast.
I thought why not?
Yeah. It won't post for a little bit, so you're okay.
Well, that's okay. It's probably gonna be a bit for post. So.
Well, we'll do some promo for the Valley Music Fest, and you're gonna be in part of that. So
awesome, sweet.
So anyway.
Yeah. So this is a song I wrote. It's called Round and Round, and it's kind of funny. I watched the new movie. Twister?
Oh yeah.
And all these artists wrote songs about storms, and I was like, why not do that? So I wrote this song kind of about loving.
Halverson's in there. Tyler Halverson's got a song on that album.
There's great artists in that, and so I decided to write a song about a storm and like love, and
perfect.
It's kind of what I came up with. So. Storm's rolling in and it's kicking up dust. But you turned away when the lightning struck. Thunder rolls just like the wine I poured. But we stood there and stared from the front porch. I wanna feel the rain on your lips again. I wanna act like it's our last night to live. 'Cause that damn storm hit like nothing I've seen before. White dress soaked down to the mud while we stood there and danced deep in the flood. And I'd spin you round and round. And I'd spin you round and round till your feet don't touch the ground. Till your feet don't touch the ground. Waking up to that morning sun and leaving your side is way too tough. Mud-covered boots walking down the stairs. The sound of silence fills the air. I wanna feel the rain on your lips again. I wanna act like it's our last night to live. 'Cause that damn storm hit like nothing I've seen before. White dress smoke down to the mud while I stood there and danced you deep in the flood. And I'd spin you round and round. I'd spin you round and round till your feet don't touch the ground. Till our feet don't touch the ground.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Love
much
that.
for having me.
Here, flip that over. Sign that on the back.
On the back?
If you find a spot there, there's should be plenty. Yeah, love that. Thank you so much. Where can they find your music?
It's on all platforms.
All streaming platforms. Do you have a website yet?
I do not have a website yet.
Okay.
I have a link tree in like my Instagram bio. It's just Dawson Moon Music.
So when you when we post this, we'll tag you in all your social media stuff. So
awesome.
That'll be on all that. Big shout out to Teton Guitars. They have been awesome. So Mr. Daniel Beddoes is a Teton Guitars artist. So
yeah,
that's how we met, was because of Teton. And make sure that doesn't tip over. But anyway, well, we look forward to following your career. Yeah. It's been fun to meet you.
Thanks for being here, and I appreciate it.
We appreciate you guys taking time. We look forward to seeing you out to the Valley Music Fest.
I'm very excited.
And between now and then, hopefully somewhere else. But hey, thanks for coming by. I'm your host, Byron Duffin, for Musical Miles Podcast, here with Dawson Moon. We'll see you somewhere down the road. Adios for now.